Happy Sunday, everyone. Welcome back to another video. My name is Tawanda and I'm the Migraine Crafting Diva. And on this channel, I do decorating on a budget, DIYs, and hauls with a sprinkle of migraine enlightenment. And today's DIYs will be Dollar Tree 4th of July DIYs. So we're going to go ahead and get started with DIY number 1. But before we get started, I'm just going to give you a small preview of some of the items that I may be using for these DIYs. So here is DIY number 1. So for DIY number 1, I have the flag cheer cover from the Dollar Tree, and I have some of my B7000 glue, and I'm going to also use my hot glue gun. So here I am just laying out the flag, and I'm going to turn it inside out, and I'm going to use the B7000 and the hot glue gun, and I'm going to attach the front and the back of the chair cover to one another. I'm going to leave an opening in the middle, and then once I have it completely glued how I want it and I let the glue dry, I'm going to go ahead and turn it back to the outside, and I'm going to go ahead and start stuffing it with some I have an old pillow that I didn't want to use anymore, so I just cut it open and I just took some of the pillow foam out of the pillow case and just stuck it into the flag, and that is going to be it for this DIY. It's really quick, easy, and simple. Like I said in I think the video before, I typically like to just buy the flags and just use them to make pillows for outside of my home because they're cheap, and if I don't want them anymore, I can just go ahead and toss them. I'm only spending $1.25, and I'm not spending, you know, a ton of money on pillows. So if they get messed up, it's okay if I get rid of them. So but yeah, this, like I said before, this is one of my favorite DIYs to do, and you can always find flags at the Dollar Tree or at Dollar General. Dollar General usually Dollar General usually puts their summer stuff on sale at the end of the summer, at the end of summer, and I usually go in there and buy what they have left, because usually the flags are usually around 25 cents. This is actually a chair cover, which I hadn't seen before in a Dollar Tree, so I thought this would probably be better with making a pillow, which actually it was, because you just had to only thing I had to do was basically just glue the bottom of the two pieces together, since it was already sewn together. And because of me living in Florida, that's the reason why I used the B7000, just to make sure that the hot glue wouldn't melt. So, but yeah, that is going to be it for this DIY number 1. I hope you like it. And I would like to take the time to thank all of my returning subscribers. Thank you for watching my videos. And if you're new to my channel, I would like to thank you for stopping by, and I hope that you will stay. So we're going to move on to DIY number 2, which, as you can see here, those are my miter shears, and I'm going to have to take a picture of them, but they broke in half when I was trying to cut a piece of the scrap wood that I had. So these wood pieces here that I had, I was trying to cut a little piece of it off so that I could make them even, and as I was trying to cut them, the blade piece broke off. So I'll take a picture and insert it. I thought I was recording when I was doing that, but apparently I wasn't. But so what I'm doing here is I have this flag that I purchased from Dollar Tree, and I have the two pieces of scrap wood that I had that I'm not really sure where I got those from. I probably got those from the Repurpose Project. I'm not really sure where they came from, to be quite honest, but I think more than likely that's where I usually get a lot of my scrap wood from, so that may be where that came from. So here I am just trying to figure out the proper placement of how I want to place it onto the place the flag onto the wood, and I'm going to use I'm going to use my stapler, and see here I've already messed up because I actually ended up stapling the flag to the board. Luckily I had the board on top of my desk, or I would have actually ended up stapling it to my desk. So here I'm just trying to adjust it so that I can so that the staples won't go all the way through. And I'm also going to stick the little tubing piece back between the fabric, how I have it folded, so that I would have enough space to be able to hang it on my flag holder. So here I am again stapling it to the piece of wood. So I'll have to readjust it some more, and then I'll continue to staple the wood to the top piece of the flag and the wood to the bottom piece of the flag. And I'm also going to add some hot glue to it also. And I don't have it in the on the video, but I also ended up adding another piece of the scrap wood down the center so that it would be heavy, so that when the wind blew that it wouldn't like kind of flap all over the place. And sometimes I'll find my flags have somehow come off of the holder and is in my yard. So I just decided to put the wood there just so that it will hold it, and it also makes it look a little more decorative. But yeah, so that's gonna be it for this DIY. Really cute, easy, and simple. So we're going to move on to DIY number 3, and I'm not sure if I mentioned this earlier, but all of these DIYs are going to be really quick, easy, and simple. So what I have here are a tray from the Dollar Tree, and I have some wood planks from the Dollar Tree, and then I also have some napkin rings, and I purchased those from, I want to say, the Habitat, or it may have been a thrift store in Ohio. I can't remember, but I know I didn't pay over $1 for a bag of them. I think there was like a bag of 8. So here I'm taking some of the Tite Bond glue, and I'm going to put it all over the back of the tray, and I'm going to take those wood planks and then place that place the wood planks on top of the glue with a little bit of hot glue just to hold them in place, just so that I can make it a lot more sturdier than what it is. Because if you're going to be putting items like this, is like I plan on using this for barbecuing. So when we're putting meats on it, I just want to make sure that it's going to be a sturdy tray, and that when you're carrying it, that you're not going to burn yourself. You're not going to be able to feel all of that heat from what you're putting on it onto the tray. So once I have that done, I'm also going to go ahead and use the Tite Bond glue and a little bit of the hot glue to put the napkin rings on. Here I'm using a tumbling tower block to put the Tite Bond glue on. Oh my goodness. So once I have that done, then I decided that I wanted to use some of the Waverly antique wax onto the wooden planks. So then I went ahead and just did painted or did a like dry brush of the antique wax onto the wood planks, just so that they could kind of match the napkin rings. And then once that was done, that was it for this DIY. And I will say that we actually, once this DIY was done, my husband was outside and he decided he was going to barbecue some like chicken sausages and hot dogs. And so we actually ended up using this tray to put the meat on, and he said it was really sturdy. So but yeah, so if you want to try this DIY, just know that if you're gonna, it's a sturdy piece once you put the wooden planks on it. And I had plans on putting some handles on there, and I just completely forgot about that. But maybe I'll have to do a redo of some of my DIYs to do like a couple of different updates on them. But this will definitely be one that I wanted to add the handles to. So I'll definitely have to redo it and then do an update on it. But yeah, so like I said, these DIYs are going to be really quick, easy, and simple. So and that's going to be it for this DIY. So we're going to go ahead and move on to our next DIY. So we're moving right along to DIY number 4. So here I have this bag that I purchased from the Dollar Tree, and it has these little gnomes on it. And as soon as I saw that bag, I knew exactly what I was going to do with it. And because I had been itching to use this frame that I have here. So I have this frame that I purchased from the Repurpose Project, and I think it may have been a window frame. I'm not sure, but I don't know. It may have been a window frame. But anywho, I kind of just left it like it was. I just gave it a light sanding, and then I just left it rustic because I wanted it to be rustic. And I left the hinges on it. And I believe I paid $1 for that. I believe I brought 3 in 3 different sizes because I was going to use it for a Christmas DIY last year, but I ended up not doing it because I just didn't have time. So when I saw this bag at the Dollar Tree, I knew that was what I was going to do. And as you can see here, I actually ended up, I don't know what was going on with me with that day. I I actually ended up stapling it on the wrong side because the other side has like a million staples in it. You see me shaking my hand saying, don't do that. You see all those staples in there? And I just did not. That's why I didn't do the Christmas DIY, because I just did not feel like taking all those staples out. So here I'm just going ahead and just stapling it to the back of the frame. And I'm just going to just put some staples all around. And look how cute that is. It's like so cute and rustic. Okay, so we're going to move on to DIY number 5, our last and final DIY. So I have this watermelon bag that I purchased from the Dollar Tree. I thought it was so cute. And I have a piece of gift box, 2 of the metal containers from Dollar Tree. I have a piece of scrap wood, and I have some florals, some lavender, and I believe lavender ferns from the Dollar Tree, and eucalyptus is what I'll be putting into the bag. So what I'm going to do is tape the bag. I'm going to go ahead and put the piece of gift box in the bottom of the bag so that it'll be more sturdier at the bottom. And I'm going to take the scrap wood and I'm going to place it on the back and the side. And I actually ended up having to put a couple more pieces of the scrap wood in it just so that it would be heavier and more sturdy. So once I did that, I went ahead and folded the top of the bag down twice, and then I put the 2 containers into the watermelon bag, and then I started adding my florals. Now I will say I am not the best at floral arrangements, but yet I keep trying. So one day I feel like I'm going to be really good at it, but I'm not. I would say, yeah, I'm not. But I keep trying and doing it to the best of my ability. But I actually do think that this DIY did actually end up coming out really cute. So once I got the florals in how I wanted them, I had one of the ladybugs from, I believe I purchased it from Hobby Lobby because I had a hard time finding ladybugs. So I ended up putting the ladybug in from Hobby Lobby into the plant box, and then I thought it was missing something, so then I started to add these tulips, excuse me, throughout the floral arrangement. So I added some pink ones, some yellow ones, and I believe purple. And then there's the little ladybug that I added, and look at how cute it is. I love the watermelon bag. And that is going to be it for this DIY. So we're going to move on to our last and final DIY, DIY number 6, which is going to be really easy and simple. So I purchased this, and this is actually a bonus DIY. This was like a last minute throw in because I wanted to hang it on my door. So I purchased this star from Hobby Lobby last year. I think it was 90% off, so I can't remember what I paid for it. I can't remember what the tag had on it. And all I did was just take some of the Waverly Antique Wax, and I just went around and put it all over the beads. And as I was doing that, the metal piece that was holding the star together, if you can see it's bending there, they just started to pop open. So then I had to end up using some of my Tight Bond wood glue and some of the hot glue to reattach them. So but once I got them reattached and I left them cool and dry completely, I went ahead and just hung it onto my front door. And I was going to add some ribbon to it, but I figured I probably shouldn't do that. I didn't want to add anything extra just in case if other areas of the star would decide that they did not want to hold together completely. As you can see here, I'm showing you now. So yeah. So funny story, I have been trying to grow vegetables every year for like the past 7 years since we've owned our home, with the fail every single time. So this year I decided I was going to try the stackable planter boxes with the 3 in it. So I have 6 of them, and I planted my vegetables and everything was doing just fine. And I saw on YouTube someone has said to rotate them ever so often. So like every 2 days I would go out and I would rotate them. And in between doing these DIYs, I decided I was going to go outside to go ahead and rotate them. And as I was rotating them, I knocked them all completely over. So my husband thought that we could save them. So we ended up putting the plants back into the planter boxes. And as I would just say that we just have a mixture of all types of things in the containers. We don't know what goes with what, and we don't know if we put everything back in the correct labeled area. So it's going to be interesting. Okay, so back to this DIY. So once I finished gluing everything together, I took a wet napkin and I just went ahead and just wiped off the excess glue. And I just let it sit for a while and let it dry. And then that was going to be it for this DIY. But this is my last and final DIY for today. So I would like to just thank you for spending your Sunday with me. And if you like what I'm doing, please like, share, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And like I always say, be nicer, be kinder. God will love you for it. And I hope you have a blessed day. And I will see you next Sunday. Goodbye.